I don't know about you, but some things in life truly baffle me. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another episode of my channel for this No Frills Wednesday video. I'm going to try to keep it below 5 minutes, unlike yesterday, of which I ran over a whopping 3 minutes. I know you guys are busy, but I am baffled by this. Now, I'm sitting here in real time. I'm recording this on Sunday, January 5, but you're not hearing this until Wednesday, January 8th. Okay? Just saying, just saying. And what I'm looking at on a weather channel is this nonstop snow warnings and blizzards and things of that effect going on, and constant prediction of severe cold weather. Well, Jan, what's baffling you? You're looking at information. The information is not baffling me. It's winter. I expect these kind of things. What's baffling me is, why do people wait to the last minute to be prepared? That is baffling me. I was looking at some film footage on the show that I was looking at on a famous weather channel, if you will, and people were slip sliding all over the place, and their cars and their trucks were going out of control. Tell me, in this day and age, when we have information on our phones, we get weather alerts, okay? We don't even need to like tune into a television anymore. It's kind of practically obsolete. We have this vital information at the palm of our hand. And yet, and still, what do we see happening many times before the storms? People piling up like a bunch of pack rats out of the store, stampeding their way through to get last minute items. I will never understand for the life of me why during calmer times, I get that you want provisions, that's understandable, but why don't we take it step by step? During calmer times, right? I'm just going to take it calmly as I say it. During calmer times, to get things ahead of time. In addition to that, one of the hosts on that weather type broadcast, okay, was explaining, reminding people to power up their battery items, to charge their batteries, for example, to make sure that their devices are charged. I'm like, am I really hearing this? Do we really, even still to this day? The baffling part for me is not that the information is that it's winter time, and from what I'm hearing, that everyone is more or less going to get hit with a lot of effect from very severe cold weather in the not so distant future. So if this is you, and right at this moment in time, is one of those calmer moments when you could, without any fear of getting in trouble on icy or snowy roads, can get to the grocery store, or if you can't get to the store, at least have it delivered to you. You do have that option, right, these days online, which is great. If you can't get there directly, have it delivered to you, but to be prepared. You see, this is one of the things, one of the reasons why in the summer, when it's nice and warm out, I talk about stockpiling, right? In the spring, while it's beautiful out, in the fall, where we do not have customarily severe weather. But now this is showtime. This right now weather that I'm looking at is not a dress rehearsal. It is not a drill. Okay. So if there's ever a time to be grateful and you're walking through your pantry that you've been building up all year long. Now I get it. Now some people haven't started until recently, and I totally understand that. I get that. But at the very least, have a couple of weeks of grocery items, whether you manufacture them for your freezer. And by the way, with those, what do you call this? This vortex, whatever you call this extreme cold thing, when you're home hunkering down, I cannot think of a better time to make sure you are building up your reserves of pots and pots of soup and stew. And you don't have to stand there the whole time. Not that you mind, because if it's that cold out, you don't mind staying close to your stove or your oven. But take out, dust out that old crock pot, or if you use your instant one, or whatever mythology that you're using to create your soup or your stew, this is the time. And make extra. and freeze it. Okay. The risk of power outages on a different note are obviously increased. Okay. One good thing, this is kind of like one good thing about in the wintertime, if there's a power outage, you're not going to lose your food because you could just simply put it outside when the weather is that severely cold. You see where I'm going with that? So that's a bonus, but you do have to figure out realistic ways to keep warm. This is not a joke. And sometimes things could be practically life threatening if the weather is that severe. So rather than myself being baffled, why don't all of us try to be more mindful, especially during calmer times?